All right, let's just get right into it. Think about it for a second. You have dozens, maybe even hundreds of online accounts, right? And that means hundreds of passwords. Trying to keep them all straight, and more importantly, keeping them all secure, well, it can feel pretty much impossible. But what if I told you there's a way to never have to remember another password again, while at the same time making your entire digital life way, way more secure?
Come on, be honest with me. Is it Fluffy123? Or maybe your anniversary, or the classic password123? Look, if you're reusing passwords or using stuff that's easy to remember, your accounts are basically just sitting ducks waiting for the next data breach, and you're definitely not the only one doing it.
Take a look at this number, 82%. That is huge. It represents a massive, massive vulnerability that honestly affects almost every single one of us. But what is that 82% of?
That's right. A big study by Verizon found that the vast majority of successful hacks, they aren't some super complex movie-style operation. Nope, they happen because of something really simple. A password that was way too easy to guess, got stolen, or was used on a bunch of different sites. That is the Achilles heel of our online security.
That is the critical question, isn't it? And thankfully, the answer is actually surprisingly simple. You don't have to be some kind of cybersecurity genius. The solution is a tool that was designed from the ground up to fix this exact problem. And here it is, the Password Manager. And seriously, calling it a digital lifesaver isn't an exaggeration. Think of it as your personal vault for your most sensitive info, and at the same time, a 24/7 security guard for your online life. The whole idea is beautifully simple. Instead of you trying to remember dozens of crazy, unique passwords, you only have to remember one. Just one single, strong master password. The manager literally does everything else. It creates uncrackable passwords for you, it saves them, and it automatically fills them in whenever you need to log into something. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hey, doesn't my browser already do this? And that is a great question, but there is a world of difference. Sure, browser managers are convenient, but their security is often much weaker, and they're stuck inside just one browser. A dedicated manager, on the other hand, uses powerful end-to-end encryption. It works across your phone, your laptop, your tablet, all your apps, and it is packed with extra security tools. Seriously, let your browser browse. Don't let it guard your most important keys.
Okay, so you're on board. But you look online and there are so many options. How in the world do you pick the right one? It's really not as scary as it looks. We can just break it down into a super simple 4-step checklist.
First, and this is the most important, is security. Non-negotiable. Then, you've got to make sure it actually works where you need it, on your phone, your computer, all that stuff. After that, hey, it has to be easy to use, right? If it's a pain, you won't use it. And finally, you want to make sure you're getting good value. These 4 steps, they're going to guide you to the perfect choice for you.
Let's really drill down on security for a sec, because it's everything. You want to look for military-grade encryption. You'll see names like AES-256 or the newer XChaCha20. It absolutely must support two-factor authentication, or 2FA. And this part is key. Look for a zero-knowledge policy. All that means is that even the company that makes the software can't see your passwords. Only you have the key to your vault, period.
Okay, time for the fun part. We've sifted through all the expert reviews and tests to see which password managers really stand out from the crowd. So here they are, the top contenders you should be looking at right now.
First up is NordPass. This one consistently gets called a top all-arounder. It's from the same folks behind NordVPN, so you know their security game is strong. What really makes it shine is its use of that next-gen XChaCha20 encryption and a super clean, simple interface that makes top-notch security feel totally effortless.
Now, if you don't want to spend a dime, Bitwarden is an absolute beast. I mean, its free version is just shockingly good. It gives you unlimited password storage and syncs across all your devices, features that pretty much everyone else charges for. And get this, it's open source, which means its code is public for security experts to pick apart. That adds a huge layer of trust. For families, or maybe small teams, 1Password is fantastic. It makes sharing logins for things like Netflix or bank accounts super easy and, more importantly, secure. It also has this really cool feature called Travel Mode. It lets you temporarily hide certain vaults, like for work or finances, from your devices if you're crossing a border. That's some serious peace of mind.
And finally, we've got RoboForm. This one's been around for over 20 years, and it's still a top dog for one simple reason. Its form filling is the best in the business. Hands down. If you are sick and tired of typing in your address, your credit card info, and filling out all those complex online forms,
RoboForm will save you a ridiculous amount of time. It is the king of convenience.
So we've covered what a password manager is, how to choose one, and we've even looked at some of the best. But before we wrap this up, I want to leave you with what is probably the single most important piece of advice in all of this.
Look, at the end of the day, please remember this. Don't get stuck trying to find the perfect one with a million features. Whether you pick an option we talked about or another great service, the real goal is to find one you like using, because a security tool is completely useless if it just sits there. It has to become a seamless part of your life.
And really, this is what it all boils down to. When you start using a password manager, you're making a trade. You're trading the anxiety of juggling hundreds of weak, forgettable passwords for the simple security of remembering just one single, super strong master password. So think about it. What's that one password going to be? Because that's the only thing standing between you and a much, much safer digital life.